not hauled for broke.
Slaughter date, December 29th.
That I've ever experienced around horses.
Aha.
They're awful. They attack everything.
I don't want to be near you now. That
They kill everything.
This is a big moment. Tell me.
And then
Say
walk
that's
away.
it.
That's
Wow. He's making that connection. How
Yeah.
nice.
right. That's it. Well done.
Horrible, vicious animal, as you can see.
wow, that's just a few clips from today's video, guys. What would we call it? Saving Mr. Big, the rodeo horse, something like that. I've got to think of a title. But while I'm sat here now, I'm going to show you the view. I am still in the States. There's no. By the time we get home, we fly home to London tomorrow. We're staying in London. It's going to be kind of Christmas Eve before I'm back. So this video is supposed to go on Boxing Day. So if you're watching this now, think it's Boxing Day. So I hope you've had a nice Christmas so far. So I'll show you a little view of what I'm looking at now in Las Vegas. I'll show you that now. Okay, so that's the view from our 18th floor hotel room at the South Point Hotel and Casino. And if I just pan out there, that's the stratosphere, which you can see in the distance there. That's where the strip is, and we're a few miles up the strip in the South Point Hotel and Casino, which hosts most of the horsey events, and that's the highway which leads to California through the Nevada desert. Now, we've been in the USA for not far off 3 weeks now. We've had an amazing time. We've really enjoyed it, but you can get to a stage where you're ready to go home, and Tanya said this morning when we got home, I'm ready to go home now. I'm the same. So yeah, no place like home, but we've really enjoyed the States. I'm doing a video today because when we get back, I've got absolutely no time at all before Boxing Day. And even the week, Boxing Day to New Year, I'm busy fetching horses and whatever. So yeah, I'll get on with the video now. Now there was 7 hours of footage that Tanya filmed with Mr. Big. And obviously to make it a watchable size of video, a lot of the standing around, because the quiet periods with a horse as troubled as Mr. Big is around people, the quiet times are important, but I can't show those. I've put everything in, the highs and the lows, all in the video for you to see. And before we get on now, just like to say thank you, Charlotte, my daughter Charlotte Young. I know the weather's been terrible while we've been in this lovely sunshine, both here in Texas and other places. It's been amazing weather. I think we've been very lucky, or maybe we haven't. Maybe it's always like this here. But thanks for looking after everything, Charlotte. Really appreciate it. Now, the first part of the video, I think it's about 10 minutes-ish, is a little bit about what we did the first few days in Vegas with our friends. And I explain who Stephanie Powers is and how Mr. Big got rescued at the last minute before he was destroyed. So if you don't want to see any of that, just fast forward to where I meet Mr. Big, guys. But a lot of people do like to see some of the build up to the start of the video. So I'll start now. Let's go.
Horse will have been used for bucking. He's not hauled for broke. He's 16-1. He's going to be 11 years of age. He is big. He's stout.
Kill date, slaughter date, December 29th. And my heart leaped out of my chest.
Down at night. Once again, he will have the firebrands on the top right hip. I guarantee you there's still some bucking life. He's still young. He is only 11 years of age.
How could this gorgeous animal be slaughtered? I couldn't let it happen.
Here's a little clip of after Mr. Big had been rescued by Stephanie Powers and how well he loaded up. And for people who don't know who Stephanie Powers is, she's a film star, has been in films with some famous actors like John Wayne. She was in Man from U.N.C.L.E. I think about 30 different television series, but the main one she's known for is what this picture is, Heart to Heart. It was one of the longest running, most successful weekly series in America, and well, all over the world really, and it was sometime in the 80s. People don't realise how horsey she is. She's played polo. She played polos for years, even with Prince, well, the King Charles now, and they're showing how good a horsewoman she really was. So in addition to that, Stephanie has made her life's work dedicated to saving animals and educating people, especially in Kenya, where she and William Holden set up an amazing William Holden Centre for educating Kenyans on animal care and other issues. And I think there's 17,000 people been through this centre, guys. It's amazing what they've achieved there. And this is an up-to-date clip of Stephanie, and this was only a couple of nights ago. We went for a lovely meal, and that's what you call a margarita, isn't it? So we're leaving on a beautiful day. We're on our way to Heathrow now. A bad flight actually, and we got a Jeep, a Jeepy Jeep.
Going to Reno.
Okay, I don't.
It's beginning to
A
look
lot like
Christmas. Well, there she blows, South Point
That's
Hotel.
where you go if you're into horses. All sorts of horse shows, arenas,
Cinema,
cinema's got everything.
bowling,
It's a bit further up the strip though, isn't it?
bingo.
Are we going to valet park first
I think
night?
so. It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've got all the cases.
Very posh. Very posh, Tanya. Is there a bath? Of course there'll be a bath in. Yes, a nice deep bath, Bab. Whee! Well, that's a journey done anyway, isn't it? Yeah. Right then. Oh. And here's Lucy and Dell. They flew out. They were with us for 5 or 6 days, and then had to go home. And next is a few clips of some of the experience we had. Just little clips of some of the things we did, and we did have a great time. Say road trip. It's only about less than an hour, but this is the oldest through there. Oh, you can't see. There you can see daylight through. Like. Right.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Which one of you is going to win? I think you have to tell us that.
I am one of the judges, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Be nice.
In your dreams, yeah.
Yeah, in my dreams.
Justin Boots.
So that was a group entered into Miss Rodeo of 2023, guys. And this picture here, it's not real, it's just cardboard. And thanks, guys. What a great group of people turned up for our little get-together. People who are on our subscription site. And it was a lovely meal, lovely get-together. And, you know, we talked away for ages. So thanks for turning up, guys. Thousands of miles away from home. And we got friends like all over the place. It's fantastic, really. So we're in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, in the desert. And look at this.
There's all saddles hang up there.
Is there? We'll have a little look. Yeah. Rosa, 18, is that 61?
1861.
I'm waving and she's not looking. Whee, gotcha.
Sitting on the front porch.
Just sitting on the front porch.
Why no freezer?
They kept it in the freezer because she said the rattlesnake, even when it's dead.
Something like that and there's an fish.
Well, if there was nothing there, then those moorhens wouldn't be there, would they? So another cardboard cutout at the famous Porn Stars place, and this is Fremont Street, guys. I've had to cut the music because of copyright, but amazing place to go. Fremont Street in Las Vegas. Honestly, you've got to go if you ever come to Vegas. It's absolutely kicking. And with it being Cowboy Christmas, our hotel, the South Point Hotel and Casino, had literally thousands of horses and riders there. It was an amazing experience. Visited with so many different horsemen, and yeah, Can you have too much of a good thing? No. Walk of, I suppose, a square mile that I've ever experienced around horses. I've just put a couple of clips in there, guys, but we had an absolute ball. But as you will be aware of now, Mr. Big is a rodeo horse that was going to slaughter if a bid wasn't put in for him to continue his bucking life. Now, I was really fortunate. While I was at the South Point Hotel, there's a bucking sale, a bucking horse sale. It's called Benny Binion's Bucking Horse Sale. It's on every year, and basically the bidding starts as the horse bucks. Some of the horses, the bucking horses, fetch $50,000 in front of me, guys. Some 3,000 or 4,000. Now, I had a real opportunity. I have worked with a lot of wild ponies in Europe, UK, and I don't find them too difficult, to be honest. Once these wild horses, hill ponies and things like that, once they realise you're not going to hurt them, they come real quick. They haven't had bad experiences in their life from the humankind. This is different with Mr. Big. He has had the experiences of a rodeo, and they're bred to fear people, and that's how they buck. So I had an opportunity at the bucking horse sale, and I seized the opportunity, and I visited and spoke to bucking horse breeders, a few bucking horse breeders, to get some information that while I was there, I had an opportunity to do a couple of little clips of kind of the life Mr. Big's had around people, and obviously being ridden, and why he's so scared. So I'll show those now, and then I'll be in Texas. I would have made the 3 flights in a day with Tanya to go to Texas to where we were. Basically, that was a flight from Las Vegas to LAX to meet Stephanie, and then from LAX to Dallas, Texas, and then from Dallas to Tyler, Texas. It's a lot, 3 flights in a day. Okay.
47 down. Yes, sir. 45 around. 45. Joey out. 45. That 5-year-old next year. Here's Mr. Williams from the Texas Man qualifier. We're certified.
We had the 3 flights yesterday, and yes, my voice has gone. I hope it doesn't completely drop off today, but we're on our way in a minute. Now, what I have noticed, we've got ice on the ground.
Himself,
Mr.
Big. Hello, boy. There you are, baby. Hello, Mr. Big.
He says, oh no.
Oh, you're nice and fat, getting ready for winter. Look at that. Aha, here we go.
Oh, I see, you're going to open that and then...
I may have to go get George.
This one.
The pink one. The most I've gotten is just this.
Yeah, he stops then.
Yeah, because it's not the way he's supposed to think.
Yeah,
You know?
totally different.
Now he'll act, but I'm eager to see what you think.
Let's have a little play with him.
I think he's come a long way, but you can just tell he's different.
So here's my first ever meeting of Mr. Big right now. He just wants to stay by the other horse really at the moment, which I'm allowing him to.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm doing there, I'm shutting my eyes. It's something I discovered 10 years ago. If you shut your eyes, rather than just, which most of us do, I'm shutting my eyes temporarily when he gives me two eyes. And I found they really, that's why I won't wear sunglasses anymore with this kind of problem. So
I can't get him to gather up like he traditionally would. There's like a door closes, you know?
trying to turn into his other eye. Probably won't be too bashful. I'll probably get a little bit more so I don't care so much. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes being a little bit too quiet. And that is massive for Mr. Big. He's always fled people, pulled against pressure, not wanting to even consider actually going to a person. And look, he's really considering coming to me there. That was really, really, really big. And you've got to really recognise that when you get that change. Are we getting?
That was much better.
That was a big deal for him. Just leave him for a second to absorb that, just for a sec. But that was a little change, you know. That was a little change there.
That was.
But it's a real good tip for you. Just most of what we learn, a lifetime isn't enough to learn about these horses. It's not. So you have to drag off everybody from hundreds of years of people's, yeah. But I can honestly say that shutting the eyes is mine. One of the only things.
I've never done it.
All I do is parrot. We all parrot people. I parrot Ray Hunt a bit.
Where you learn, you know.
You parrot. Well, you just parrot. But some things, as you get older, and you find them too late in life, don't you?
If I try it, I promise I'm going to think Steve taught me
Yeah.
that.
Just go soften yourself. Shut your eyes.
Become quite.
I'm really getting away from you.
I noticed you picked them leaves up then. I noticed that. I don't know if anyone noticed, it's another clip there. It's the same part of the round pen when he does come towards me. It's always the same part. You see how I'm looking at a foot? And that there was the first time I looked at his foot to ask him to back the foot off, but immediately goes back, I'm gone. So he starts to realise there's some kind of language going on here. A lot of these real nervous animals, if you make it about their feet, a couple of weeks of that, and they start to realise they're not in trouble. There's a love, language and leadership. The love's the easy bit, we can all love on them. But the language is that what them feet are doing. And then I just transfer that to the reins and legs. You know, so I'm just trying to look at his feet here, see if he thought about 1 foot back again. Face up, face up. Approach. What I want to try and do is when he stops his feet, back off, yeah? So approach, 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 approach. If you stop them, back off a little bit. And this is the sort of thing I play with for ages. So with approach, if you do that enough, you'll start to think, if I stop my feet, it'll go away. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he's got to the stage now where he's not breathing hard. You start to listen to you a little bit now. Now I want them to back up, so I'll tut. I tut for back, cluck forward, so, and then back up. I find that in the saddle it really works well, because we all cluck for forward, don't we? Cluck, a kiss for canter.
Yeah.
It's kind of universal, isn't it? Up. And then back up, back that foot up, back up. Right. A lot easier this way. What do you think of those being telescopic?
I was admiring it.
Isn't that a good one?
Inspector Gadget over there. He's got all kinds of stuff. In
What?
Inspector Gadget, you've got all kinds of stuff in
Got everything in here.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Big moment there, guys. Big moment again. It is all about to go pear-shaped in a minute, and you'll see why, and that's just life. But he accepted me right next to him. I went quiet. He sniffed the back of my hand. Felt great. I was really getting on well for the short amount of time, and was feeling really positive about everything. He does step back a little bit here, so I didn't want to move away until he stopped going backwards. But that's just a great moment there. And there's one of life's curveballs, guys. That's a proper curveball. I mean, the relationship, you'll notice when the video starts properly in a second, our relationship, which was really building quickly, has fell apart. He considered being close to me, that, you know, maybe something to do with me, that noise, and he, rather than coming to me for guidance, he went, and yeah, it's not good, and I've got to rebuild, and it's just one of those things that happen in life. And after a few minutes here, I go to walk towards, and remember it, look, he just is saying, no, I don't want to be near you now. That really frightened me. And yeah, it's you know, could really have done with that happening. And those panels had been there for a month. It was a load of panels that fell down, guys, and they'd been there for a month, and it just so happened that they all fell over together just as I was getting somewhere. But I'm rebuilding. I've just got to get on and carry on. No, that could have took a lot longer. It was probably about 15 minutes, and he suddenly considered me again. I was so chuffed. When he goes to think about my hand, that's when he's coming away. So he starts to think, the way I get rid of your hand
Is to go to it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for us, we can't see that because you're blocking the whole thing off.
That's all right. Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I touched his nose and give him a little half a carrot. Just leave him. be for a second. Eh?
I can't believe those panels fell over there. Those panels have been leaning up against that freaking fence for a month.
Right, that's what I wanted. I feel like we're getting somewhere.
Oh, you absolutely are.
Yeah, you think?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I left you there.
I'm trying not to. I just try not to say too much.
Yeah. I feel like he's.
Oh no, he's doing
It's the
amazing.
approach. It's the approach I'm trying to work on.
Yes. What?
Is that all the things you did got him ready for that next?
Which is what I
little
need
bit.
you for.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We're spinning off each other. If you're wondering why I'm walking around Mr. Big like this, it's because that's around about the distance I'll be with the lead rope. When the following day I'm hoping to do groundwork, if I can get the halter on and get to his feet, give him confidence. And that's what that is, guys. I'm making him okay with me being within that distance, be able to move my arms around and do things. See how attuned the senses are and the speed of a horse. You can see what does it there. It's a flick of that bush, and that's how quick they have to move from snakes or whatever the danger is. But you know, it's sometimes a false sense of security, thinking everything's getting quiet, and then boom, that's a horse. I'm just walking around and moving my arms.
I'm waiting on you to skip.
Waiting on what? Waiting on what?
I'm waiting on you to skip and whistle.
So, like, I've let him rest. I can kind of, so, although sometimes people can think, well, you're not got very far, I'm by him and I'm able to move around, look at him, look at his feet, you know, and I'll wait for a second now till he looks this way, a little bit, yeah. Been quite nice, isn't it?
Oh, he knows. Good lad.
So, he just had a little sniff of me.
You know, we deal with all kinds, and a lot of times people, they don't understand like the horse's feet. You know, they don't maintain them, and so well, we've dealt with so many different problems, anything from shallow soles to founder. So when you see one that just trend.
I was sleeping. I don't understand. Why are you over here? I was sleeping.
So he's getting very slightly desensitized to me. That's all it is. We'll have a break in a minute because he's had a lot of that. We'll have a break in a minute. We'll bring some water in for him. Has he got hay? Can we put a bit of hay in here for him? So we decided, because it was getting late on in the day, mainly because we had to pick up the hire car on the morning of the first real day, and that kind of put me behind. So I only had kind of after dinner, and with a couple of things that went a little bit pear-shaped, as we say, with those panels going, it took me a little bit longer, and I really had planned and tried to manifest that day one I got the halter on. Didn't manage to do it. Not enough time to set up what we will be needing the stocks. So we're on our way home in the next clip, and then Tanya and Stephanie noticed a load of little piglets, so that's what you'll see next.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
So what do you do when you come across a tack store in Texas? You stop the truck and you go and have a mooch. Yeah, I know. Look at that.
Wow.
This is a tack store.
This is a great tack store.
Saddles. Oh, more saddles. Oh, I think we'll be in here a while. I think we'll be in here a while. It's cowboy heaven. Right then. So here we are refreshed, and this is day 2, and this is where I pick up on Mr. Big, day 2. In there now. So we'll go and make a little start. Yesterday's work for an hour was getting him used to my vicinity, moving my eyes, because groundwork, I'll be moving like this, asking him to move, and my body will be moving. Now, when I started yesterday, when I did that, he would be gone. Now he's at a point where with the lead rope, he might be able to cope with life with me being near him and moving like this. So that's a great start. So that carried over from yesterday quite well.
You need to look this way as well. You need to look this way when you talk so I can...
Yeah, but I'm doing it between the two.
I know, so we need to do both, sit together.
So
Really.
he's coping well, as if I'd be doing groundwork. That's good. That's really good. So we've got him comfortable with me again. So we're going to go and check now how our makeshift stocks are doing. So we'll go and check that with him. We'll be very curious. I'm going to stay here. The only thing we've got to watch is it can work in our benefit, as you know, because he'll be more comfortable with him being there. If he moves away, and Mr. Big's really worried, he's going to try and get out there. So,
You want me to just tie it up?
well, it would be better if he did pull it down, though. You know what I'm saying? Because he could, couldn't he?
Oh, Griffin. Look at your floppies.
Now, did you notice the big horse with the floppy ears there and one eye missing? He's a beautiful horse. His name's Griffin, and it gives me an opportunity to mention that Spirit Run Equine, that's the rescue centre where I'm at, run by Angela. There's about 35 horses there, guys. There's and Angela, I must tell you, I mean, without Angela kind of partnering me in this, you know, it would be a lot more difficult, and I feel really, really privileged that I've got such a great horsewoman, you know, to take over when I'm gone, really. But Griffin, there's a book on Griffin. What's Griffin's story, Tanya? He was
terribly abused.
His ears had been tortured.
That's
why they flop.
His ears are so floppy, and he's got this lovely book out, which is on Amazon.
I think they
and it tells
done
the
something to his eye as well, guys. It is a, but he was rescued. He's the nicest horse you can imagine.
In fact, he's got a Facebook page too.
Yeah, Griffin, Facebook page. Check him out. Now, there's a book, guys, dedicated to Griffin. There's a book there. You get it on Amazon, and that's him, guys. It's a lovely book. So
all
you know,
the proceeds go to the Spirit Run.
Spirit Run Equine is one of those rescues where it's non-profitable, and legally you have to spend as much on the horses as you get given, and it's one of those with a special number from the government, and it's an amazing place. So I was asked, the next clip, I was asked to just read one little tiny paragraph of it, which is kind of sums up where Griffin was at the time. So I'll read that now, and then we'll get straight back with the video. Okay, so from the Griffin's book. Okay, I haven't rehearsed this. I think it's that one.
That's the one.
Okay. I stood alone in a muddy, cold place. I was sick and I was sad. My big heart was broken, like a flower that has bent and lost its petals. I stood with my head down and I coughed and wondered, why do people love horses, but no one loves me?
Oh, Griffin. We love you, Griffin.
Guys, oh dear.
Such a lovely little book.
Oh. So we've made a decision that, oh dear, not on my feet, but we're gonna, he's been sniffing around. He's very curious, and he's been sniffing around our makeshift stocks there, which we're going to put Mr. Big in a minute. Because he's curious, he'd be right there. Now there is a case that it could help us having Griffin right there. The only risk with it is it could be a case of banging around in there. It could be quite noisy. If Griffin did get frightened and decided to trot off and got worried himself, which at the end of the day it probably wouldn't happen, but horses are horses, and you always expect
The unexpected.
Yeah. So we decided to keep him within, you know,
Distance.
it's only, within distance. We're going to tie him up, and we're going to tie him on one of our safety ties. Then we eliminate the chance of him trotting off at a time when Mr. Big is worried. Mr. Big then may feel the need to get out of our stocks, because as we all know, we think we're containing them, but Mr. Big, at the end of the day, could get out of there.
Yeah,
No trouble.
definitely.
So we're going to use our safety tie.
And he does.
Now we're going to put the safety tie. Did you
What
see
you
how
got?
that
What
went
you
through?
got? What you got, Steve? What you got there?
Oh, look at that lovely rain back you've got. So we're going to put the safety tie on and check, first of all, how much it comes out. So that's quite light. Good. So that's quite light. Now, what we're going to do with this, so that Angela, the owner of this wonderful rescue centre, who's made us feel at home straight away, we're not leaving. Moving. Right, 3 times I've done that, okay? You see how I've just loped it over? So now, we'll...
Yes, so funny. Oh, what you got? What
Now,
you got there,
do you know
Steve?
what? Some horses, if it would have done that, you would have worried, because he wouldn't have had any give. If he'd have panicked, he would have given. The same as in trailers. Right. From this side. Right. Do you want to try? You want to try that and tell me if you think that's... I can't say enough good about those ties, guys, those safety ties. Tanya sends them all over the world. And, you know, we've used safety ties for the last 20 years. Touch wood, no problems at all. Nothing ever gets broke, no string gets broke. So order them through the Shopify, guys. It'll be the best few pounds you've spent.
There's usually a link under the video.
Yeah, a link, a Shopify link will be there. With everything, are you happy with everything?
Sure.
Let's make a start. Okay, on these handy.
Yes, I'm a liar.
No,
He did?
he got them, but not
telescopic.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I've never seen a retractable.
No, and you have to carry. Remember the
You
beauty.
end up dragging it, throwing it down.
We use them to take. We never go hacking with trail riding without them.
Hacking.
We call it hacking.
What would you call
We
it?
call it trail riding. It's the same thing.
Trekking, hacking.
Trekking hack. Sounds like a bar.
Hey, where is that bar? Steph's in prime position.
Hey, Mom, how's it going? Just walking around looking.
That's it. We're just gonna leave him for a bit and come in here. You alright there?
Yeah.
Good idea of what you're doing? Okay. We're gonna put hands on him a little bit now. Okay. Do you want to go?
You want us both on the same side?
Not really. Well, look, again, some respond differently. I would have said you on that side and me this side. All right. If you go round there, and then we'll put hands on him, but we won't put hands on him straight away. And I wouldn't look at him too much. No, don't you put your hands on him yet. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Now I've got hands on him.
What do you think? Do you think
Well, we're going to keep hands on him now for quite a long time. Let's not talk to them too much. We'll talk to each other. They just feel. You would have talked to them a lot, and that's what people do. But we're going to start like this till he can. That's brilliant, isn't it? What do you think, Steph?
Fabulous.
Huh?
My God.
And then you scratch him round the withers. You've done a great job, haven't you?
Fantastic.
You know, that's absolutely brilliant. Now, I'd quit just for a second. Do you see who he's leaning towards? And the reason he's doing that is because, do you remember I said about their eyes? He doesn't feel as comfortable.
On that side.
Yeah, so maybe now, if you come round to me, because do you see where he is here?
Yeah, he's shifting.
Yeah.
He's got a resting leg now, hasn't he?
That can all change in a heartbeat.
I know. I know.
So, this looks...
Oh, it's flies.
than it did in the stocks when you did it. That.
I'd love to.
But we're being more deliberate now. Now, me and you are going to... I was waiting for a tip of his head towards us, even in the air. If you just stop a second, right? If I click, and then there. Now, you see him? Now, I moved away there very quickly. When I clicked, Mr. Big considered us within the stocks, which he would never have done before, and we moved away to say, yes, that's good, that's what we want. Moved towards us, his head came.
Yeah.
Because all he is a void. He's a void, that's what he does. It's don't. He was expecting us to put a rope then and pull him in. That's what, you've seen. Right, so he got rid of us pretty. Yeah, and you can do it as well. Right, that's it.
You just want to yell at me.
I don't. I'll get my own back. So, come away. So, this approach thing is something you'll have to, I'll write it down for you. You're going to have to work on the approach yourself. Because to eventually be able to catch him in that field, it's the approach where he'll get you.
Yeah.
It will be the approach.
It's the hard part. It's
that's
getting
the
in
hard
his
part.
bubble is so hard.
Yeah. So, if I come to touch him here, right, he froze up, eventually that won't happen.
It always hurts me when I see them flinch.
Yeah.
Because you know
That was
they're
better.
nervous.
That was better. That's good. That's good. That's good, mate. That's good. No flinch there. Oh, that was not even a... That was better with you than me then. So pleased with that. Right. Okay, would you agree? It's probably better for... And he responded to Angela brilliantly then. I reckon if I went the other side, he'd try to get away more. Do you want to show us? You give it a try. And then rub him a bit first, like it's... You know the drill. There you go. There you go. I wouldn't talk too much. Okay, come away. Come away. Come away. Come away a minute with that. Yeah, come away. Just deliberately. Good. You think he was?
Yes. Felt it.
Really?
I know you think I'm weird.
No, I don't. If you felt it, I'll go with you on it.
Do you want me to try it again?
Yeah, if you thought he was going to give you his head. I thought he was trying to get out.
Me
you
too.
know him more than me.
He was testing it to see.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he was testing it for sure.
Okay. Do you think it's better if I stand back here? Yeah, because he... Okay. Right. I think he's trying to get out, but you know him more than me.
Don't argue.
There you go. Go back to your normal rubbing. They're good for security, aren't they? Because you can hear anybody coming.
I'd rather have dry, crunchy leaves than wet and soggy ones.
Yeah.
Which would get better.
I think it's going to be easy to put it on.
He's just so far away. Like I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
can't
he's
do
not
it.
even
You
in my
won't do it.
face.
Yeah. So, let's... but we all got to just keep talking about it. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah,
you go the other...
the only thing better than leaves in this area is dogs.
I'm going to step up here a little bit. And then I'm going to be deliberate about touching him. if you want. Yeah. You see. Yeah. And then we
just push him over to you.
This is brilliant. Now we're gonna, because he's getting, I can kind of feel his heartbeat going. So we're gonna calm him down a bit before we go to that now. So if you can just take your hand away now. So now you think he'll put his head in.
Snort.
Right, now I'm just going to rub him. Don't you rub him. Don't you rub him. That's it, you're just there. Right.
How does it fit?
He's licked and chewed. Okay, now we're going to leave him settle down now, all right? So let's go. Right, that's good.
Absolutely. I just hate it.
Hate what?
That he's like, I just feel like you don't feel like the fear.
I'm not surprised about it. After like those meetings I had, somebody was Sankey, the biggest. He said, look, we've got to be realistic. He's probably not going to be a riding horse unless it's you going to ride him.
No, but it's just,
but
so
it's
much-
in his DNA. I know you're skeptical about that.
Oh no, I'm not.
There's 100 years of breeding right there.
No.
To be feral, to be exciting. You know, that's what.
You would do better to actually pull a horse, a
Wild.
wild Mustang. Yeah, because it's a blank canvas.
They're full of the good stuff. As soon as, yeah.
I think that's too big.
You think it's too big?
It's all baggy underneath. You could
Well,
catch
I'm
it.
certainly not changing at the moment.
No, but do you know underneath? It's quite baggy underneath, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But anyway.
Look, let's carry on with that one for now.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. But I wouldn't want that one left on because it could
right.
catch.
So now we go back to approach and touch. Yeah, we'll take it in turns. Yeah, a little bit of pressure, and then release for a tip. There, that's it. That's it.
And I do agree that, I mean, when it comes to rough stock, that's what they're bred to do.
Yeah.
But they're like, we're talking about, this guy's 1,400 pounds of emotion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just emotion.
Oh. That's it, mate. That's it. Good. So we'll keep talking. Yeah, we'll keep talking. Okay. Mate, you're all right. That there. See if we can get him this way. Yeah, that's all right. Coming in and just doing that there, go on, and then come away. Don't scratch, just smooth like this, all right? Okay. Scratching's for later. Right, in you go. Like it's nothing, Steph. Like it's nothing. Yes. I'm gonna leave you there for a minute now. Like it's nothing. Not too low, Steph. Yeah, deliberate. Yeah. And come away. Come away. And then I want you to go back in. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Come on. Good. And then, like it's nothing. Yeah, not too low. Do you know how you get a bit low and he says, that's your lot? Yeah.
All the way from shoulders down to the girth area.
Just a bit at a time. That's why I do it. When they flip, say okay. But eventually, you go another inch. Oh yeah, definitely.
How was that?
Now, I don't know if anybody's asked themselves yet. I know I did. Why on earth would Stephanie rescue a bucking horse that was going to be so dangerous to rehabilitate and may never even get there? I kind of asked that question when we flew to Texas, and it was an amazing story why Stephanie actually did rescue Mr. Big. And the best thing for me to do is actually explain to you now, just so you've got an understanding. I'll explain now why Stephanie actually rescued Mr. Big. If it looks a little bit different in here now, it's because we went for a buffet, and it's now dark outside. And you're in bed, right? So why did it all come about? Well, basically, Steph was at home in Hollywood. It's one of Steph's houses in Hollywood, and she's at her place, and suddenly, out of the blue, her phone was next to her. She has no idea why the phone came on. It just came on, and as the phone came on and the noise of the auction came on, Stephanie doesn't understand why it happened. Suddenly there's Mr. Big being auctioned, and then she notices slaughter date, like if he's not bought, slaughter date was December. This was a year ago. And being as that's what Stephanie does, she rescues animals the best she can, and she just couldn't believe what she was seeing. So she panicked, saw it as a sign. Maybe it was the only reason why Mr. Big's here today is because of that suddenly coming on the phone. So that's why there was an immediate rescue of Mr. Big, and she had no idea where the auction was. It turned out to be in Texas, and then first rescue center she kind of contacted was Spirit Run Equine, which is Angela, and yeah, that's how it all come to pass. So that was a year ago, and it's quite amazing story really, and it still blows her away now. So that's why the rescue was sort of carried out. He's actually, for one of these bred horses, it's incredible. I'm just thinking of all the good in him. Okay, so the next step then, remember I was tutting? So I've released for the foot back with a tut, which I've been doing in there. Same thing. Not yet.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Back. Then I'll release. Forward. There, release. Back. Up. The release. Forward. Release.
This gate over here.
Really nice. Oh, he's not yet. Don't do it yet. I just want to. This is the bit where I want him going forward off pressure and back off pressure with the lead rope. All right. So he's listening to that with his feet. So back. I've got it. Forward. Got it. Forward. Lovely. Oh. So all pressure. There's pressure. Gone pressure. There's pressure. Gone pressure. I'd love to cut that swinging thing off. Have we got any knife or scissors? Yeah, I think this is
Too big.
it's too big, isn't it?
Yep, it's too big.
Get his hoof in it.
Yep,
So
Yep.
I think
it's on the floor.
well,
Change it first.
We'll have, we have to. Tanya was absolutely right when she noticed the amount that halter was way too big, and it came under here, and a hoof could get in. He could hurt himself or rip it off. It's got to stay on there to give Angela a chance to do this daily work with him. So curveball number 2 is about to turn up, guys, and and again, it's one of those things. It can be a little bit distressing what's about to happen, but no harm is done to any one of us or the horse. But it's just one of those things. We haven't got professional stocks. It's what Angela and me have been able to put up. Without stocks, it would have been in these 2.5 days I'd got. Then there's no way I'd been able to. I would have had to rope him, and I'd have needed a rope horse for that. And it would have been a lot more dangerous because a rodeo horse is always pulls away from a rope. So that wasn't really, an option. So yeah, guys, and it's a curveball it's the second curveball. Could have done without them, but we kind of get through it, I think. And that one is.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, this will be fine. All right, so I've come up here. I'm going to take this off. Okay, so we've got that. Buddy, come on, buddy. Buddy. Right, I'll pass. pass this to you. I'm going to drop that off. Right, that's that. Good. Then
You're good. You
pull
survived.
that, pull that out. That's the one that came off.
Yeah, make sure you put the right one on.
And then I'm bringing this in again here. Right. You need to come here now and take that from me. Underneath. Right. And then
Hey, you're okay.
good lad. Good lad. Okay, put that there. Okay. Just rub on him. Rub on him. That's good. That's good job. Good job. Right. So I'm going to give you this. Right. You're stop. Don't go towards the back of him. Right. There you go. It's that side it is, but that helps me kind of. Let's just rub on it. Okay. Good lad. Good lad. There you go. There you go. There's that. Okay. And then put that in there. There we go.
Pressure. Sorry,
That's
it's
all right.
just pressure. You're fine.
That's all right. Right, you have that.
Really round up.
It'll get less wound up when we get put that on. Let's just leave it. Yeah.
I know. That's what he was like when I got him. But still, he's not.
Brilliant.
He's not.
That's brilliant.
He's not mean. He just wants to get the hell out of the house. You know.
No one was hurt. That's life. It happened. So what me and Angela did for the next, I would say it's probably about half an hour. We just rubbed on him. We got some confidence back in him. You know, because obviously we've got to put the halter back on. So you'll see that now where we start to try and put the halter back on. But we wouldn't have been able to go straight to that because he was worried, you know, because, you know, what do the stocks represent to him? You saw the footage earlier. And with us being above him, you can understand how he feels. He thinks we're going to get on him and going to spur him to buck. That's what, you know, his memories are of stocks and people above him. So totally understand it. And we'll get cracking now with what trying to put the halter on.
Yes, okay.
Got it? There you go.
It's a better fit.
Good lad.
Yeah, it is a
Good
better
lad.
fit.
Good lad. Good lad.
There you go.
Well done you, my girlfriend.
Good team.
Right.
So I'm over. I think you get these panels next time. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My panels are leaning. I'm over here.
Right.
You know, because...
I think we should let his heartbeat just drop off now and we'll have a little break with him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So halter's back on. We let him calm down. And then I went straight back to that, releasing the feet back, asking the feet to move forward. Did lots of that again like you saw before. So he's got kind of an idea of a bit of responding to the pressure of a lead rope, which he never had before. So now we're about to let him out, guys. Now, some people thought that he'd run away from me. I thought he'd be okay to lead out those stocks. So you'll see now, first time with a halter properly being led within the vicinity of a person. Let's see what we got. All right.
Oh, bless him.
That's better than I thought.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what? You are brave.
What?
What's that?
The fan on the panel. But that's really good. And I'm not even going to do anything for a minute. You know, take it in, pull him there, but I've got to release him when he looks at me. But we all need to talk normal.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Well, now
like
that Tonya wants to talk about food, I'm starving.
Angela.
Reinstalled him that I'm gonna right. I've just completely looked away for a foot towards me. He would never have had that. And if one of the things that's helped me more than anything is that looking at the feet, love, language, and leadership. You do the loving part easily on these horses. Love, language, legs, seat, lead rope, reins, bit, everything connected in their mind to what the feet do. And when they realise that, their tail swishing goes less, their crabby attitude, when they work out, oh, what do I need to do with my feet to have a kind of a release for me? And this is all learned from other people. That's what we do, don't we? Yeah, we learn from other people.
Like a sponge.
Oh, did you notice then? So I'm going to look at his feet there. Right, got it. He's got to know he's got the power to get rid of me. He has, because he could just be gone. So, look at his feet. Oh, back up.
Oh, good ear. Did you see
Good.
that?
Now at home, I could be, Tanya said, I could be in here doing that for 3 hours. It's so important, the patient side of it, you know. Obviously, I'm finished tomorrow, but and here, look at his feet, get a foot forward, drop the rope. It's got to be as it leaves the ground, as it goes to leave the ground. Licked and chewed. Will he back up one step? Yes. 1 foot. I looked at the foot. He's not thinking quite so much about fleeing now with the feet, is he, when I ask him to back up? Oh, light as a feather. Light as a feather. There. That's all it is. That's all it is. Back the other foot up. That's all it is. Oh. What? What they're looking at. Yeah. Right, what we're taking in there then.
It's like, are y'all coming?
I know.
Are y'all coming? Cause
We'll lead him round a bit first. Stop. Back up. Thank you. Forward with the foot. Lovely. Back with the foot. Lovely job. Now, remember, without the rope, I was getting him to face up a little bit. So that was about this distance. So now I'm gone. I'm going to start doing this now, looking at his hindquarters. The hindquarters. Now he faced with 2 eyes. I'm gone. No different than we did loose. Loose. So I'm going to lift my hand, and go. Right. This is his bad side. So lift my hand, lift my hand, lift my hand. There, he's faced up. That was quite a big deal for him because I was getting closer. Right? So he's lift and choose, lift my hand. There, beautiful. Beautiful. Lift my hand. Lift my hand. Drop the rope because he faced. Lovely. Lovely. Lift my hand. Lovely. Come forward. Release for each foot. Release for each foot. Hold it and wait for that left to come. Right, left. There you go. Bit closer now, buddy.
That's called the offside.
Offside.
The near side.
And the more we look at their
Sides.
feet, the more
The near side.
they start to think, it's just what I do with my feet. Forward step from here. Forward step. Not towards me. There. You see me get a forward? I'm waiting for that little forward. A little forward then with the feet. And I do this for a couple of hours with horses. I just get them to lead and drive. Lead and drive, lead and drive, lead and drive. So there's the leading, there's the driving, there's the drive, there's the lead, there's the driving, leading. That was hardly nothing. Did you see that? It was hardly nothing. That was a lead to a drive. Stop your feet. Back those feet up. Oh, wow. We'll just leave him for a second. Get that shoulder. Yes. Pretty close. And that's what I build on. Is getting him to rest by me. But that's looking good, isn't it? That's looking good.
Sit down when I put my photo away.
This is a big mug.
That's pretty cool. Oh.
When I get down,
Just wait.
What was that? What he's offering me, really. He's telling me, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. Look at that. Huh? That's really good.
This is true.
Is it?
Smells good. Yeah, he's a perfectionist. So I'm like, that makes you a wonderful hay.
Bit of that. That's It's really important to keep giving breaks Okay. for this sort of thing because it's a lot for Mr. Big to go through. So we gave him a break now before I started to use the flag. My hands in neutral, which means nothing. It might have an effect. Some horses, you'll do this and they'll run around like mad.
His ears are on point, aren't they?
Yes.
The what?
His ears.
Oh, does he look nice?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta
So,
go get this package real quick. I'll be right back.
what was that?
She's just going to pick up a package.
Yeah. So, I'm taking
Oh,
no
look.
notice of this.
UPS coming through.
My some people might say, what are you using the flag for? Now, he has fled from a flag for most of his life, guys. So I wanted to just show him that it's something else that he doesn't need to fear from now on. So I wanted to make it information to him. That's why I'm using the flag. Always been driven by them. Now, what I'm going to do, change it. So I want him to go forward. So I'm going to look at his feet. Right, he went forward. I'm gone. I'm gone. So now I want him to go forward. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. So now I'm leading. Come across the back here. Driving. But I only want a little drive. So leading. Leading. Driving. Leading. Driving. First little lunge. That was the first little lunge. Did you see that? Right then, can you go forward? There. Lunging around me, yeah. So we've got a wild horse that's starting to lunge. So leading, stop,
Wow.
lunge, forward with the feet, forward with the feet.
He goes, Lily, you really have to do this.
Nice job. Disengage. Back up. Lovely. But
Bless him.
Just
Yes, but
Fabulous.
Stephen, we're not talking about a horse which is wild here. We're talking about a horse that has 100 years bred into him.
yeah,
To
100
be.
years of DNA to be frightened to death.
Yeah.
Now, asking him out of his right eye to do this, guys, is a totally different kettle of fish because he prefers me on the other eye, on the left eye. So you can watch this now and see I'm much more delicate. I'm really looking at those feet and really getting through a problem here that could explode. It really could. Go forward. So now I'm going from neutral to, can you go forward with those feet? Go forward with the feet there. That's how you got rid of it. Forward. Remember which eye this was? The eye that's worse. Forward with the feet. 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 There, forward.
Oh boy.
So I'm just waiting for the forward there. Forward with the feet. Forward with the feet. Good. Forward. Nice. Forward with the feet. There. So we're lunging him, even on his bad eye. Now, can I get a face? Yes. And that's what gets rid of me. Come forward. Good. Really good. Everything as calm as I can. But it has to be this side. It has to be this side to get this close at the moment. A little bit of pressure. See if I can get him to drop his head a little bit. I reckon, you know, that's the big thing, is catching him. So it's working him without, what I'm doing this for is so in the morning, I'm going to take this off, you see. In the morning I've got to be able to move him around. He'll be a bit frightened until he's not, until he lets me be here, and then I can get that. So it's all a building block. Can he lower his head down a little bit and relax?
That's a lovely photo.
Beautiful.
Is it?
Beautiful.
Just stay.
Take hold of this one. Bring my other hand. That's the first time he's had two hands. See if I can lower. The last thing a horse does with a person is the first thing they learn overnight. So if you put them, if you leave a horse with a nasty taste in its mouth, the next day it's relatively, or the next month if you haven't seen them for a month, it generally is the same or worse. So the last thing he'll know tonight is a relaxed feel around me, yeah? And then we leave him at that. So, okay, so we'll leave him at that.
Good boy.
So, what?
Whee! I'm free! I'm free!
So that's where we left day 2. We'd done an awful lot, really, in one day with him. He was just glad to get out, I think, at the end of the day. So, yeah, we left not long after that. And to be honest, from all the flights and everything, I think we were all pooped. We got back to the hotel and we hardly said goodnight. We said, oh, we're done now. So we'll pick up now on my last day at Spirit Run Equine Centre, and my last little time with Mr. Big. Okay, so this is my last day today with him, and we were hoping that the halter was still on, and it is, but the little link rope's gone. That's okay. And there is Griffin, Look at the power. Griffin Rescue, he's such a character. And look at that, look at the shoulders there. That's an arm really, if you were thinking about us as human. But look at the power in that arm. Oh my life. So yeah, we're gonna have a quick cup of coffee.
This morning he ate out of my hand. Yeah, he ate. This. Big difference.
That is awesome, isn't it? That looks really good. He's coming. Brilliant. He'll even bucket. The more he can, look at that.
Yeah,
No, the good thing is he knows we're taking no notice of him. That's what I say to people, keep chatting and having, like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But guaranteed, a lot, and you've had to be, it's a lot about him. This whole thing is about him, and then when it's just like, I feel that, and it just gets better. I was kneeling down, wasn't I, yesterday with him?
Yep.
He's just taking a step towards me, which is surprising. So I'm gonna come down where I, oh my life.
Oh.
This is where I left off last night. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is where I left off. Right. So that is mind blowing for me.
Oh, you want coffee? You want some coffee?
Right. But that's all right. Then that's where I'm finished. Because you leave him
On a good note.
wanting more, don't you?
Absolutely.
Thinking, well.
Oh, that's so
Now
funny.
he'd be mugging me.
Yeah, I don't have any more. No, I don't have any more. But you'll smell me.
And then
Say,
walk
that's
away.
it.
That's the time to walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
You leave him till they, do you know what I mean? It's those little spots. So when he was going, then you walk away.
Aha.
You see, just that little bit as
Just that little
yeah. And I was so good to demonstrate my video where my timing went, and you knew I'd cut my timing up there. It's where people don't recognise they go through all their horse life, and the last things they should have, the first thing they ever should have learned is it ends up being their last things. Do you know what I mean? But just keep talking.
Oh.
and,
This is what I was wondering whether he would do to me that. he
Yes.
did to you.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good sign. He's,
Oh.
he's just smelling me. And
Yeah.
What kind of
So who are you?
what kind of
And,
shampoo's that then?
yes.
Let's try and
Wow.
He's making that connection. How
Uh,
nice.
right, is there a, while we're on
You want to come to me? There it is.
then go.
Okay. That's it.
He wants one, he wants one, he wants one. Busy, but like I say, we've been out to so many horses this year, but we're going to be there over Christmas. We're there over Christmas.
Yay.
We're there over Christmas, which is good. And I've got to go and fetch that new horse, well, my old horse I bought back. Because I haven't got a really good riding horse for the demos. But it was just like everything lined up for me. You know what I mean? Everything lined. Did you guys just see what I saw?
Yeah. She did it.
She did it. So you can let him feed there. I'm going to pass you this one. Now what did I see? Angela, then this is savvy, this is real savvy. Obviously we've got to go underneath and clip a new little catch rope on there, a better one. And I'm so glad Angela did it. And I'm so glad I'm watching Angela do all this stuff. I was starting to think, because you are just in the moment with any kind of interaction with horses. And I'm starting to think this is a real good idea for me to just be there and for Angela to do what she's got to do with me being there. So there's no real handover. But Angela had tucked in her sleeve a little catch rope. She tucked it in there. So then she was feeding with the bucket and whatever, and then just kind of got it like that and clipped on. Genius, absolute genius. So that's what I'd seen. If you missed it, that's all. And then you
No,
put
that's
this on.
not funny. That's not funny.
Do you see who's just done that? She's going to do great with him, I'm telling you. And that's with all us holding our breaths.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Will you promise me to send me clips now and again? I don't know.
Yeah.
A clip every month or something.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Boy.
You kind of get to your nose. There you go. There you
That's
go.
it. Well
it.
done.
Oh, boy.
That's, you know, this is brilliant. Do you want that, a few more for that? Or not?
No
You
fingers.
tell me. If you can try and influence a foot forward, then release, right? So just look at the feet, look at the feet, and then release. You got to release immediately. You know what I said yesterday? As
Sooner,
it
as soon as it
leaves.
picks it up.
Do you know what? The greats of this, like the Dorances
It's like
and all of those.
reprogramming a wood board.
Absolutely.
I
But
try.
do you know what they used to release at? Within the body and the lead line and everything, is at the thought of the horse. I've really trying to get there, and I'm almost at the point the horse
that
thinks
close?
it.
He thinks it.
That's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minute he thinks it, that's
yeah,
rewarding
yeah,
the try that
yeah.
means the most. There, brilliant.
Yay.
Brilliant. Worried about that business.
I do think I have a little bit of an advantage with him because he's so used to me.
Oh, when
absolutely.
when
Yeah.
we're gone, it's going to be amazing what you're going to do with him. I know it. Right, so what I'm going to do, because I feel like better in myself that you're doing this with him.
Okay.
Most place I go, Tanya will tell you, the worst thing for me is
Handing over the lead rope.
God. I mean,
It's as if it's
Do you
giving
want some
him
help with this?
confidence
Come on, let's get this locked.
so that he can feel better about himself.
tight. The closer you are to him, lovely. Look at that. Look at that. And then maybe turn towards us, and we'll all keep talking.
Yeah.
Look at that. I don't touch him, but like just see if he'll drop his head and breathe deep.
That's lovely.
Is that good?
That's lovely.
Okay. You know, I went to, I can't remember which horse it was, and it had been in such a mess for years. And when we finally touched it, and the whole look, everything about that horse changed from that moment
They
on.
just kind of, the whole, they just,
Yeah.
The whole body language.
Yeah, look at that.
The body language is so. It's like,
So this is a little lovely clip now, not rehearsed. I mean, Stephanie just came in and interacted with the horse, with Mr. Big, who she'd saved, and she just came out with some lovely words. And I've kind of the main part of that, the speech went on for probably about 10 minutes. And that will all be on my subscription site. But to keep this video small enough, I've got a couple of clips of what you know, what Stephanie said in the moment, and the genuine interaction that Mr. Big had with Stephanie, and it was just something to behold.
a lot of things. Hi, what are you doing? What are you doing, kiddo? What's going on here? What's the matter? Is that okay? I don't know. You don't like my perfume, or is that what it is? You don't like the hairspray?
It's
I can
hair products.
understand.
I'm sure it's hair products.
I got it. Yeah, it's just you got my smell now. I hope that he was in a place where no one was going to get on him and cause him to buck or do some behavior that was aggressive. And what's interesting is that Steve and Tanya had been at a place in Las Vegas where they visited, and they met some people who were involved with bucking horses, professional bucking horses, that they were auctioning off. And they mentioned that there was this rescue horse who was a bred bucking horse that they were going to see, and the people said, oh, no, you're not going to rehabilitate that. No. It's 100 years of DNA of, horses that are meant to be bucking people off their back and seeing humans as their enemies and being very aggressive, and this is what's happened to this terribly aggressive,
Vicious.
horrible,
Very
vicious animal, as you can see. Welcome to the beginning of the great history of Mr. Big. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and Merry Christmas to you too.
excellent.
And that's where we ended our last moments with Mr. Big right there. It just felt right in the moment. to just end at that. And I'd just like to say, you know, guys, you might not really, especially the younger guys watching this, you might not know who Stephanie is. We've got to know her. We didn't. I knew Stephanie from Heart to Heart, but I didn't really know much about Stephanie. But we learnt obviously so much. We virtually lived with Stephanie for 4 days, 3 or 4 days. So we talked a lot. Guys, check out who she actually is. She's an amazing person. She's so intelligent. Stephanie speaks, how many languages does she speak now? 6 languages. We went into a couple of Chinese places, especially one who made donuts, and Stephanie just spoke Chinese. I said, what? Loads of languages. She's been in loads of films, John Wayne films, Man from U.N.C.L.E. She's had the very, very successful Heart to Heart series. And guys, I mean, she's an inspiration to me and Tanya, because, I mean, Stephanie, I don't think she'll mind us telling you, she's over 80 years of age now, guys. Over 80 years of age. She's had a lot of health issues, battled through them, and she enjoys life to the full, and is very ever so active. So she's inspired us, and that's it, guys. She's amazing. So that was the end of our day, and then we lived Texas for a few hours. Then we lived Texas, guys. I'll show you a few clips now, but yeah, we were doing the Texas thing for a few hours after this.
You've got a lovely steak there. Angela's got a lovely steak. That's the size of the margaritas. Angela's already downed hers. Way, Stephanie. Way.
Look at that.
Woohoo! Stephanie and I have got fajitas. Amazing food. Lovely. That's it, guys. Sorry.
Oops.
I didn't get it. Do it again.
Look at it swinging, baby.
You got it.
You knocked it off. Oh. Wow.
And closer.
You know.
Whoa, Tanya.
Whoa.
Guys, this is Angela's F350 Julie, I think they call it, and I have for 20 odd years wanted to sit in one of these F350s, and I got the chance. I actually drove it about 20 miles. We went to a lovely restaurant, and I drove one. Thank you so much for that. It was brilliant.
They're awful. They attack everything.
Oh.
They kill everything.
Now, there was another horse that I helped Angela with, or give an assessment of, and there will be a video on this little session. But I'm so glad that that wasn't going to be the third curveball, because those dogs, I mean, if I was working Mr. Big, I'm sure there'd been a different reaction. So yeah, that'll be another video. It's an interesting video, actually. And this horse had been really badly abused, guys, and was absolutely scared to death. It had only been there for about a week and a half, and I just did kind of an assessment with him, which was really interesting, as I say. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I've put some bits in there where people can still learn something, some little bits to add to your toolbox. But guys, the real work's about to start for Angela, isn't it? I just had a bit part, me and Tanya had a little bit part in the rehabilitating of Mr. Big. The work starts now. It's not going to be an easy ride for Angela, but I'm so pleased it is Angela. And you know, I always say you learn from people. When we'd finished everything and I had a tour around the rescue, I realised it's an art form, really. It's an art form, looking after and rescuing aged and abused horses. It's an art form. Even, you know, the feeding of certain aged horses, older horses, like an old person, you have to different feeds, and Angela knows all of the different ways of putting weight on abused and emaciated horses, and a multitude of other stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's where the work really starts now. Now, Angela has said that we're going to have some updates as and when she thinks it's worth putting one on, so I will do some updates on Mr. Big, and I'm really interested as well to see how Mr. Big gets on. As for where I achieved with Mr. Big, the truth is I'm really down on myself, down on what I thought I'd get done. I had an agenda in my mind, 3 days with Mr. Big. I thought I would get a lot further than that. I thought I'd be hands-on all pretty much around his body. I thought I would touch all of his legs and really take a leap forward for Angela to move forward better. What didn't help me, he was more troubled than most of that kind of horse, the kind of wild horses I go to, they come real quick. So yeah, it's more in ground, and the 2 curveballs really set me back, and mentally they set me back because I was telling myself, which always, the mental strength I have to have, I was surprised at myself. I was thinking, oh no, so I was feeling negative. That didn't help, especially in the stocks, but do you know what? Angela's chuffed to bits, and so is Stephanie. So there's definitely leap forward, but deep down, I thought I would get further than I did with Mr. Big. So we're going to head back tomorrow, and look forward to Christmas, the New Year, and whatever 2024 brings. Tanya's just jotted a couple of things down for me. I just go with the flow, and next year we're not going to be doing quite as much. Tanya said there's one ranch day which is in June, Tanya, June 22nd. Get that booked up. There's only so many people can come because Tanya does a meal and it's kind of all day. So there's the one ranch day. We're doing 3 demos in the UK. That's it. I think we did, was it 8? 3 demos in the UK. Keep a lookout for those. There's 1 demo in North Carolina, which is in May. Keep a lookout for that. And I think there's a good chance we'll be coming back to Texas later on in the year. Angela's dead keen to put a demonstration on in Texas, Tyler, Texas, or somewhere around Tyler. So that'll be my chance to have some more time with Mr. Big, see where Angela's got to, and maybe I'll be able to do a little bit more, help Angela a little bit further on with some things. So visits to horses, we're going to limit that to 50. We're going to limit it to 50 horses. We did 98 in 2023. We went to 98 horses, so we're limiting that to 50. That keeps the videos going, and I think that's about it. If you can, share, comment, like, and subscribe. So appreciated. That just keeps us rolling along with the channels. So that's it. I think that is it. I'm just looking at this now. So yeah, as people know, I've retired my main riding horse, Nita. She's retired now to have a foal, and when you've heard the saying, when one door shuts, another one opens, that's exactly what happened for me. Nita, can't ride her. I've got 2 horses I'm going to be starting, but they'll be slow, and I'll be putting everything on my subscription channel, what I'm doing with them, how I'm restarting and things like that. That's Chevy and Jimmy. But as for a horse for me to I haven't rode enough this year because I've been so busy doing other things. But with this quieting down, I've got a door that's open for me. I had a horse called Rolex. I'll show you a couple of clips of him, very short clips in a second. He is a horse that I started and sold years ago, and he's come back into my life. I've got to pick him up between Christmas and New Year, and then I'll sort of retrain him my way again, get him exactly with me as he was. And I don't think he'll be far off that because he's had a very good owner. And yeah, I'll show you a clip of him now very quickly. There's on a mountain somewhere in Wales. I hadn't started, he hadn't been long since I started. It was a great beach horse. This was 6 o'clock on the morning when I took him down to the beach, and that's awesome. And this was when I delivered him. I delivered him 300 miles, and then I just rode him in the arena where he was going to, and he was brilliant. So that's who I've got coming back very shortly. So that's definitely it, guys. That's it. That's the end. Happy trails to everybody. And look at this picture. I think Mr. Big's kind of smiling there, isn't he? Saying thanks very much to Stephanie. Something about that picture. That just leaves me to say Happy New Year to everybody, and hope to see you all in 2024.